You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
Okay, guy, what are you doing?
Make sure this video doesn't have any channel content.
Stop that. I mean, we don't want to be kid friendly, but we gotta have standards, right? Anyway, guys, I'm afraid it's that time. We're gonna have to talk about Baby Yoda.
Oh no, not that little G.
You don't like Baby Yoda?
Oh, Baby Yoda's a hack.
Baby Yoda's a hack? What's wrong with you? Everybody loves Baby Yoda.
He's the vanilla ice of Star Wars.
I think you guys just went to the grocery store and came home with a box full of jelly.
If I ever see Baby Yoda, I'm gonna be like, yo, you better move up to the east side and get you a deluxe apartment.
Anyway, this video is not really about Baby Yoda. It's the fact that Mattel, not Hasbro, is making Baby Yoda. What's up with that? Let's talk about it.
Man, my summertime dingleberries is cuter than that Baby Yoda.
Welcome back to the Junkman, everybody. It's me, the Junkman, and guess what? I'm coming back at, you guessed it, you right there. So, what are we going to talk about today? Well, we're going to talk about Mattel doing the first Baby Yoda toy, or the first doll Baby Yoda, because Funko Pops is releasing a Baby Yoda. No surprise there. They'll make a pop of everything, except they won't give us a decent Indiana Jones line. Just one single Indiana Jones, and that's only available at theme parks. No Short Round, no Willie Scott, no Marion Ravenwood, no Dietrich, nobody. But they'll make pops of everything like this. Now, before we get into all that, I want to show you what I got sent in the mail from the Laurel, I knew I wouldn't be able to say it, the Laurel Subject. I'll put a link in the description below if you can't understand my accent. Anyway, they sent over these little toys right here, and I love them. Look at them. I've seen these before, I think, at Target. I think Target and other places sell them, but I put a link to their website. Not only do they make He-Man, they make other ones such as Game of Thrones. That's right, everybody's favorite Cinemax show, Game of Thrones. I know it's not on Cinemax. Don't have to put in the comments below. Hot Wheels. Yeah, can you believe that? Aliens. I would love to see some of the aliens, what they look like. Because they kind of look like they're based on the old Kenner look. Aliens, they make wrestling figures, Mighty Power Rangers, and of course, He-Man. And they'd probably see my channel and know I love He-Man and talk about old 80s stuff, so they sent me He-Man. So let's take this up and look into it. Don't worry, we will get into talking about Baby Yoda in just a second. As you can see, it's from the later series of He-Man, where he has this battle damage look thing here, but it's pretty good. Look, it even has, look at that, even the joints on the knees and everything. I'm surprised at that. I didn't realize they had knee joints. And look, the legs even move. That's pretty cool. It's got the name of the company on the bottom. And it says Mattel Inc. on the bottom also. So I guess they made these with, I guess Mattel owns the rights. I don't see, yeah, Mattel. Mattel made these. The Laurel Subject. I cannot say it. Anyway, look, it stands up right there. It looks really good. I'm really impressed. In fact, it comes with a little box here. Who else can you get? Let's see. You got the King. You got Orko. Why, that's not Orko. Who was that? It looks like Orko. I don't know. They got me on that one. They got the Sorceress and then an Aurak here. Aurak. Orko. You got an Orko on the side. Look, Skeletor. Man, a Skeletor ordered me. They make Trapjaw? Please make Trapjaw. Oh, come on, guys. If you don't make Trapjaw, look, got more on this side. They make a lot of them, but no Trapjaw. Come on, make a Trapjaw. Make it just for me. Let's sell it exclusively on the Junkman YouTube channel. How about that, guys? We can do that. Anyway, look at this. I'll put this right there. It's really good detail. They also sent a mystery box. You know what I feel about mystery boxes. Did a whole video on mystery boxes. So let's open this mystery box up. See what we have here. Maybe it's that gold edition Orko. Ooh, that would be great. Here's the mystery box figure, He-Man. Now I want to thank these guys for sending these over to me, but Kind of shows why I don't like mystery boxes so much. But these are great looking figures, don't get me wrong. And look at these little weapons and everything. Look, just like the old toy ones that came with the old Mattel toys. Look at that. No, look at that. But that's pretty good. In fact, probably gonna check my Twitter out. I'm probably gonna give one of these away on Twitter very soon. But they also sent me this over here too. Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't know what this is, but it's a cute little bear thing. That's the name of it right there. And I can't say it. I sat here for about 45 minutes trying to figure out how to pronounce that word, and I couldn't. So I'm just going to show these to you. They got two different ones right here. Look at that. Ain't they cute? Cute little bears. Move over, Baby Yoda. We got a new cuteness in town. Anyway, I want to thank these guys for sending these over to me. I'd really like to check them out. And again, I mean, they make horror ones. Freddy Krueger, It Clown, Reagan from The Exorcist. And like I said, they got a whole Aliens line. I got to check out the Alien. I might pick up the Alien ones. Let me throw that up here and get it out of the way here. Now that we did that, and I'll put a link in the description below how you can get some of them. I'll find out more about them. And I think they sell them at Target. Not sure, but check the link below. So now that we talked about that, let's talk about Mattel's Baby Yoda. That's right. Coming out up for pre-order now is Mattel's releasing a plush doll of Baby Yoda. Although it's plush, it has a plastic head, which I think is kind of odd to go with. But this video isn't really about that Yoda. It's about Mattel. Yes, Mattel's making Baby Yoda, not Hasbro. And I just want to put it out there. Are we about to see a shift and change when it comes to Star Wars toys? As we all know, Kenner got the right to make Star Wars toys back in the late 70s. But in 1985, Kenner moved away from Star Wars and let the brand die for about 10 years. Hasbro came in the early 90s and bought Kenner. And then in 1995, Hasbro relaunched under the Kenner brand Star Wars toys with a whole new deal with Lucasfilms to have the right to sell those toys. And ever since 1995, when it comes to the action figures and some of the other toys, it all was under the Hasbro umbrella. Now, don't get me wrong, some other companies have made Star Wars toys. I mean, first we got Star Wars Lego, but Hasbro doesn't have Legos. They don't have anything like Legos, so you can kind of understand how Lucasfilm, or now under Disney, made a separate deal with the Lego company, being that Lego and Hasbro's not really in the same competition. But we do have toys aimed more to a collector from Gentle Giant. You can see my big Boba Fett Gentle Giant over there. And honestly, I've always been kind of curious of how they got away with making these jumbo figures because the figure's mold is based on Kenner, now owned by Hasbro's. It's based on their molds. So you have to wonder, Hasbro has to be getting a cut of that money in, right? Maybe there's some loophole where being that they're jumbo, they get to make them and they don't count as action figures. But being they're using the same package and the mold that Kenner, now owned by Hasbro, came up with, you have to believe that Hasbro's getting a kickback for these Gentle Giants. And then, of course, you got stuff like Hot Toys that really don't fall in that action figure toy category as they're aimed for more adults. And Mattel also makes Star Wars Hot Wheel cars. But again, Hasbro doesn't really have their brand of die-cast cards. So you can kind of understand there also why they would be given the rights to make the Star Wars cards. In August, we saw the announcement of Mattel doing Barbie Star Wars dolls. And you thought, well, this is Barbie. It's an iconic brand. Probably doesn't mean anything, right? I mean, in the 90s, when Playmates had the Star Trek rights, they did a Barbie line of Star Trek dolls. So you can kind of see where this was probably some kind of exclusive rights because of the name Barbie. And some of you may say, well, maybe Hasbro doesn't have the doll rights. They just have action figure rights. They did make the Force of Destiny's dolls by Hasbro, and those fall into a doll category. Now let's jump to Baby Yoda. This sure is cute. This is probably the biggest Star Wars icon to come around in years. I mean, he's all over the internet. People love Baby Yoda. Everyone's screaming for Baby Yoda toys, dolls, whatever they can get their hands on of Baby Yoda. And I know it's not Yoda, but we're going to call it Baby Yoda. So don't be that person in the comments to explain how it's not Baby Yoda. Yoda's dead. It's the same species. We know all that, okay? We're calling him Baby Yoda. So what's the deal here? Why does Mattel have the rights to the hottest Star Wars item right now? Again, you could say, well, they probably have the doll rights being the new Barbie, but the Force of Destiny dolls went to Hasbro. Now, some people have told me that Hasbro's contract is coming up at the end of the year. And if that's true, it's very interesting. Could Lucasfilm, Disney be testing the waters with another toy company? We do know for the last couple of years, Star Wars action figure sales are down. Now, a lot of you is going to blame the current movies for that. I've heard all kinds of excuses, but the Star Wars Lego toys sell well, and it seems the Hot Wheels Star Wars cars sell well also. It seems the biggest problem when it comes to declining toy sales with Star Wars is the action figure line. Now, I'm not saying that's 100% Hasbro's fault, but let's look at Hasbro. First, let's look at it from a collector's standpoint. They, for years, have upset collectors with too many exclusives that make it almost impossible to get a complete line. And when they do an exclusive, they do something very popular like Boba Fett and have it at Comic-Con only, when something like that will be a huge hit at stores, although I'm sure it probably will be released later in a different package. But that's probably just nitpicking the problem. Hasbro's problems go way beyond collectors. While Hasbro Star Wars toys were seeing weak sales, one of the biggest things they've done this year was doing the retro Star Wars line. Most likely, if you didn't look for them, you didn't just find them at a store. These were sold just at Target, and get this, each Target store got one, maybe two cases of the retro figures. Inside those boxes, one figure each. So let's say your town only got one shipment in. That means only one person in your whole town could get a complete set. Even if you got 2 or 3 cases, that was just 3 sets of the figures. And these were supposed to be aimed toward Father's Day for some reason, I'm not really sure why. But even on Target's website, they were showing discontinued way before Father's Day. Stores couldn't even order them. And from talking to store managers, at first they ordered them and they never came in. And then all of a sudden they was discontinued. And then a few months later, some did hit online retailers, and they went very quickly. And now, from what I see, they're on pre-order again and not coming out till next year. So you got the hottest action figure line released by Hasbro, and it's almost impossible to find. I still can't find a Stormtrooper. I still can't complete my set. Sure, I'm going on eBay and pay 3 times what it's worth, but that's not helping the company make money. But for a long time now, Hasbro has major issues. First, on Force Friday, they jam-pack these stores with toys where you got so many of them, they're not going to sell and stores are not going to reorder it. Now, if you got a store that does sell a lot of the toys and they do reorder it, most of the time their orders are cut. If a store needs 5 more cases of figures, they'll get 1 if they're lucky. So a lot of times on Force Friday, you'll see Series 1 packing the shelves, end caps, everywhere. They'll go on clearance. The rest of the pegs will be all empty. Stores will order Series 2. It'll never show up. If it does show up, it'll show up in 1 case. And talking to you guys, this isn't just Star Wars. I've heard they had this issue with almost every action figure line they do. So seeing that Mattel now has the rights to making the hottest Star Wars toy of the year, or next year I guess when it ships, could it be that they're testing the water to replace Hasbro? And I don't really have any information that says yes, they're moving away from Hasbro, but it does make you wonder, why wouldn't Hasbro release this Yoda? Unlike Lego and Hasbro, or Hasbro and General Giant, Mattel and Hasbro are rivals. I mean, it's like Coke and Pepsi, or the Brady Bunch and the Partridge Family. These 2 companies are not into sharing a brand. And sure, they do share the Star Wars title on some things, but with Mattel getting a Barbie Star Wars line and now getting Baby Yoda, it does make you wonder if the days of Star Wars Hasbro are numbered. And maybe that's a good thing. I think Hasbro has taken for granted that they have the rights to Star Wars. Throwing stuff out there with a Star Wars name on it saying, hey, it's Star Wars, it'll sell, who cares if it looks like crap? I mean, look, they released this thing. So I think in a way it might be good for the Star Wars brand to try something different. I don't know much about the Mattel Jurassic Park toy line, but I've heard a lot of good things from you people out there that collect it. So maybe we'll get a Star Wars action figure line by Mattel. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Would you like to see Mattel take over Star Wars? Do you think Hasbro does a great job and they need to keep at it for another 10 to 20 years? Let me know all that in the comments below, and also let me know what you think about Baby Yoda. Anyway, I'll be back very soon to talk to you again about Star Wars, pop culture, movies, toys. Who knows what we're going to talk about, but I'll be back very soon to talk about it with you. Thank you for watching.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.